take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome back, race fans. Tonight, the NMNTSP Graphics Cup Series heads to my favorite non-restrictor playing track, Michigan International Speedway, for 100 laps here tonight. 200 miles we're going to be pulling here. Michigan International Speedway, 10 miles, exactly 2 miles. Well, tonight, folks, is going to be very, very exciting. We're going to see some 2-3 wide here tonight. I guarantee it. Joshua Medlock on call here in the booth with me tonight, as usual. Robbie Buckner. Robbie, man, glad to have you back in the booth with me here tonight, bud.
Heck yeah, brother. Wouldn't want to be anywhere else on a Tuesday night.
Well, these Cup cars, man, going to be pulling some fast speeds here tonight. I've been watching practice here. 211 miles an hour, roughly, and that's not even in the draft. That is just by yourself. Man, we're going to be probably seeing speeds 215, 216 miles an hour in the draft on the front end backstretch.
Yeah, definitely. I just seen Bradley Wilson drive off into turn 1 at 213 miles an hour, so, oh yeah, most definitely.
It is going to be very, very entertaining tonight. Well, as usual, folks, I'm glad everybody is tuning in here tonight. A lot of broadcasts going on tonight here on MaxSpeedTV, as usual. You know, we have several broadcasters here, so we have several things going at one time. But, you know, this is my league here tonight. The NMNTS, not sure exactly what the NMNTS actually stands for. Do you have any idea?
Yes, sir.
All right.
It actually stands for the NASCAR Monday Night Thunder Series.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, that's right, because y'all run on Monday nights as well. So, yeah, same name, just this is the Cup Series here. So that's for everybody out there who is tuning in. Well, Spence Thompson coming in here in practice with a 37.146. Now, a quick time, and I'm sure he's might have got a little bit of draft with that time. But it's going to change in qualifying. You know, it's close qualifying. Everybody on the track by themselves can't see each other. So your times are going to vary.
Yeah, your times are going to vary. These guys are probably, I'd say probably around a 37.5 if we're going to be for the poll tonight.
Oh, okay. All right, well, that's still quick.
Still quick. I could be wrong, I'm going to be wrong, so, you know, they'll probably be wrong again.
Yeah, and, you know, they're pretty much bunched up right now here in practice. You know, they're doing a little bit of, you know, kind of racing around each other to figure out how the track feels here tonight. But You know, it's going to change throughout the race. We know it, I know it, you know it, they know it, so everybody knows it. You know, but we've got some stuff to go down here real quick, starting with the sponsors here at MaxSpeedTV. Started with the official beard sponsor, Walt's a Beard Co. Got a beard? Do you have a beard, Robbie?
No, I'm not blessed with that gene.
Well, anybody out there got a beard? Well, guess what? You can check out Walt's a Beard Co. for some excellent beard products out there. They are the official grid sponsor at MaxSpeedTV. Well, we all on here at iRacing know who these guys are. Sim Speed Shop for all your iRacing needs. Button boxes, handbrakes. You want something custom made? These guys can do it. Check them out. SimSpeedShop.com. Colby's Eye Paint. Check out Colby's Eye Paints on Facebook. Need a replica paint for your real life car? Well, guess what? Colby's Eye Paints can do it as well. They got you covered. Check them out on Facebook at facebook.com/Colby's Eye Paints. Hershey Design Company. One-stop graphic shop. If you are in need of an iRacing paint, league, team, or business logo, or hey, put it on some pants, shirts, hats. Well, if you even want to deck out your shoes and some swag there, well, guess what? They can do it. Hershey Design Company. You can head up over on at the Hershey Design Company. You can actually find him on Facebook by searching Hershey. That's Hershey Design Company. The Ohio IndyCar League. These guys are obviously sponsored by MaxSpeedTV, but a league that I broadcast on Saturday at night once a month. They are driving the IR-18 to have a 9-race season. There are only 7 races left, folks, in their season. This is the first season. But check these guys out if you are interested in running this first season called the Money on the Line series. Check them out. Facebook.com/Ohio IndyCar League. And of course, iBog, iRacing Broadcast Overlay Graphics, your sim race broadcast graphics source. Jason Allison over at iBog. Fantastic job he does for the overlays here at MaxSpeedTV, and as well as all the overlays he puts out there. So great to have these guys on board for MaxSpeedTV. And last but not least, a big shout out to the BA Graphics for coming on board here tonight. I still don't have their logo. Well, we're going to have to get that fixed here, folks, because I would really like to pull their logo up here. But a big shout out to them for coming on board and sponsoring the NMNTS on Tuesday nights, the Cup Series. So thanks again to the BA Graphics. But that will do it for the sponsors for MaxSpeedTV, as well as the sponsor for the Cup Series here tonight. Well, hey, Robbie, we got some points to go down to as well.
Yeah, man.
Well, all right. Coming in to tonight, as you see, folks, I've got a little bit changed up here. I've got the top 10 as usual. Spence Thompson coming into tonight, 1,386 points. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, y'all's point system is the same as NASCAR, correct?
Exact same as NASCAR.
Okay, so that's why they are gathering so many points. That's why they're already in the thousands.
Yeah.
All right, well, Spence Thompson, 1,386 points in first. Up a spot from last week is Zach Lindgren, 1,349 points, 37 points behind. Jared Washon down a spot from last week in third, 1,312 points, 37 points back as well. James McKee is coming off a huge win last week at Kentucky. He didn't gain any spots or anything, but he really did pick up some points. He is still in fourth with 1,209 points. He is 103 back behind Jared. Bradley Wilson wanted to recover from an incident last week that happened. His screens decided just to black out on him for, well, nobody knows why. That's just the way technology is. So Bradley's wanting to recover, but hey, he's hanging on in the top 5 here with 1,099 points, 110 back from James. Greg Lerman up a spot, 1,061 points, 38 behind Wilson. Anthony C. up 2 spots from last week, 1,055 points, 6 points back behind Lerman. Gordon Larson Jr. In the 8th position, 1,018 points, 37 points behind Anthony C. David Heiser down 3 spots, currently in 9th, 1,001 points, 17 points back. Trevor Harmon in 10th, 994.7 points behind Heiza. Still anybody's championship per se, because anybody can still make it in, whether you're, in the top 10. Well, I mean, you can be in the top 10 and make it out of the chase. Unfortunately, that's just the way things work.
Yeah, it's open, it's wide open. This is also the only series where a win gets you into the championship. So,
well, yeah,
these guys are definitely fighting for those wins to lock themselves in.
Okay, so it's a lock-in. Okay.
Yeah.
I need to go back.
Only series we got that locks you in.
Okay. I will go back. I did not know that. To be honest with you, Robbie, I did not know that. So I will actually go back, folks. And the next time they race, you guys are off next week. But the next week we come back, we'll be at I believe Sonoma. We'll actually have those stats, who's actually locked in already. We'll have those next week, folks, but we do know who is locked in. As you can see on the right-hand side, Spence Thompson, 2 wins on the season, 15 starts. Zach Lindgren, 1 win on the season, 15 starts. Jared Washon, 14 starts, 1 win on the season. And James McKee, the top 4, 14 starts, 2 wins on the season. So we know the top 4 are locked in. But we don't know really anybody else who has locked in. I did not know it was a win you're in. So, but thanks for that information, Robbie.
Hey, no problem. Give me 1 second here. I'll tell you everybody who's locked in.
Oh, yeah, that'll be great. Yeah, that's what you're here for.
1 second here. I'll tell you. Pull my form up here. I just gotta find it.
That sounds good. Well, while Robbie gets that information, of course, we will take down the point standings here, folks. Kind of go through the field here, and we will pull up the pre-race analytics here real quick. Well, track champ not so bad. Okay, Robbie's got the information. So go ahead, Robbie.
Currently locked in. These are the drivers with the win, but they have to make so many races in order to be locked in. But as of this point, Michael Redding has a win. Blake O'Connell has a win. Ryan Broderick has a win. Aiden Young has a win. Mike Bruno has a win. Cody Spiker has a win. Chris Matthews has a win. Tyler Justice has a win. Jackson Allen has 2 wins. Chris Thompson has 2. Zach Lindgren has 1. James McKee has 2. Jared Washon has 1. And those are your lock-ins.
All right, so we got the lock-ins here tonight. So that is, we'll have all that information for everybody next week here on the point standings. I will actually take the right side, Robbie, and use it as the lock-in. So that way everybody knows who actually knows, who's locked in. But right now we're going to go through the pre-race analysts here. We got about 29 minutes of practice. Now, they're not going to use all that, but...
no, we're actually starting the driver's meeting now.
Okay. All right. Well,
so I will join you back in a little bit.
That sounds good. Robbie going to go do the driver's meeting here real quick. Pre-race analysts, folks. Air temp, 78 degrees Fahrenheit. 55 degrees humidity. Track temp, not really hot. 83 degrees Fahrenheit. They're going to be pulling 100 laps here. 200 miles. Tire window will be around 30 to 40 laps. So most will pit during the stage cautions, I'm sure. Had the honors of talking to pretty much everybody before I went live. And, with the stage being 2020 and then 60, we're probably going to have a lot of the drivers come down pit road during their stage caution. So, we'll see maybe during that 60 lap run, maybe some people come in. Fuel window, probably 40 to 50, 50 to 55, somewhere around in there. I put 40 to 50 just to be safe. Pit road speed, however, 55 miles an hour. So they're really going to have to get that Cup car wound down of over 200 miles an hour to get it on pit road. That is your pre-race analyst here tonight, folks. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in here tonight. Should be a fun, fantastic, and a very entertaining race. Really looking forward to it as they go through the drivers' meeting here real quick. They will get right straight to qualifying. They'll have 10 minutes to qualify for 2 laps, and then we will have the honors of actually getting to interview the pole winner and anybody else we really want to decide to interview, but the pole winner will be interviewed. Looks like like a PJ Popham is still in the lobby from what I can see. We have 20 drivers that have entered the lobby here tonight. It's going to be a good sized field here. To go through the drivers meeting. We will see if we can get down here a little closer to some of these drivers. We got the 89 of Spence Thompson running the DeWalt machine. The 83 of Bradley Wilson. He'll be running the Sim Spec PC Towers machine here tonight. Zach Lindgren going to be running the Caterpillar 85. And one of the drivers that wanted me to make sure I had the right paint scheme here is Jared Vachon. Going to be running the AnthonyAlfredo.com paint scheme here. We'll see if we can get a closer look at that here real quick. Give me just a minute. All right, there we go. There is a good look at Jared Vachon's number 18 machine there. He had asked me to get a good look at that, so make sure it was the correct one. So big shout out to everybody out there who has sponsored his car here tonight. Right. Should be a fantastic race. Like I said, Robbie Buckner will be back up here momentarily. He is the race control here tonight, admin for this race. Also in the booth with me, going to call the action here. And man, it should be a good race. I'm really looking forward to it. I love Michigan. I love the fast speeds. I love that it's not a restrictor plate track. And, you know, to me, racing should be racing. Get out here and just give it your all. Now, they don't have any resets. There is no incident limit. But if you get it damaged, well, you're going to have to fix it. And if too much damage will unfortunately cost you the race. But these guys know how to handle their machines. So, I'm expecting a lot of these drivers out here tonight to be very cautious early on and, you know, give it their all. We'll get a good look at all of the drivers out here going through the field here. The 818 of Derek Robinson running the Bud Light machine. Right. Jackson Allen. All right, now Spence Thompson, though, is the quickest in practice. Anthony C. in second. Bradley Wilson in the 83 in a third. Jackson Allen in fourth. PJ Popham is in the top 5 in that number 1 machine, currently running in fifth in a practice. Well, folks, if it's your first time here at MaxSpeedTV, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below. Also, hit that thumbs up button if you like the video. And of course, if you're watching this on YouTube, be sure to hit that bell when you subscribe to turn on notifications. You will be notified via email. You know, I think it's just email. It might be text, I'm not entirely sure, but I know it's email for when MaxSpeedTV goes live for all a broadcast and, well, regular streams that we do on occasions. When we're not broadcasting races, we do some streaming on games. Rudy, he loves streaming, so check him out when he is just, you know, enjoying his night off. Be sure to hit that subscribe and that little bell button, and you will be notified. This should be a good race here. Stage 1 will come at lap number 20. Stage 2, lap number 40. It is 100 laps here tonight, so 20, and then they will have a 60-lap shootout after stage 2, roughly around 60 laps, probably around 55, 56 laps because of the caution laps or the pacing laps that they will put in. Still going to be a good race, nevertheless. All right. Oh. All right. Like they have quite a bit to go over here tonight. They will be on the NMNTSB Graphics Cup Series. Will be off, I believe, next week on the 19th. Then they will be back on the 26th. For I think it's Sonoma. It'll be a road course, so that'll be a little different for me because, well, I've never really called a road course per se. I have helped Rudy Cummings call road courses, but I've never actually been the one running the cameras on a road course. So that is going to be a little bit different for me. But we'll have Robbie Buckner here to help because that is just the way we do things here. And of course, we know how road courses are. You know, some people can drive them, some people can't. Some people have issues with them, and you know they can't get the grasp of a road course. You know, it's not like driving a pavement, folks, where you're just turning left. Well, on a road course, you got to be turning some right-hand turns too. So you know that plays a big factor in that, as we are getting down here to almost 17 and a half minutes left. Everybody on pit road still. All right. Getting directly into qualifying here. Drivers meeting is over. Got 10 minutes, 2 laps here. We'll get into interviewing the pole setter for tonight. Now, with the iRacing update, as we were on the number 82 right there, he passed the blue cone there. Now, iRacing implemented that you have to enter on the backstretch now via the blue cone. But once you pass the blue cone and follow the line there, you can enter on the backstretch. Now, most leagues, not all, most leagues do have it to where you must enter on the backstretch, but some leagues don't. Well, now that iRacing has implemented the enter on the backstretch, then you have to enter on the backstretch. I do know the NMNTS has that rule, so well, now that just enforces it, as everybody except for Trevor Harmon came out on the track to qualify. I'm not sure exactly what is going on with Trevor. Hopefully he can make it back in here tonight. Times are coming in here. Anthony C. driving the pole here so far with a 37.159. PJ Popham in second, 37.194. They make their way around the second for their second lap here. Looks like Bradley Wilson is done. Spence Thompson's done. Bradley Wilson in third currently. Spence Thompson in fourth. There we go. Get that fixed in a minute. Not sure exactly what was going on there. PJ Popham is officially done with his lap. Anthony C. still has the pole. PJ Popham in second. Bradley Wilson in third. Spence Thompson in fourth. Jared Washon. Oh, it looks like he spun it across the grass there. He will officially be done. Jason Alexander out here turning his lap as well. Looks like he may be done as well. Currently running in 10th. Kelsey Rogers moves up into 9th. Jackson Allen now into that 4th position here in qualifying. That number 4 machine. Craig Lerman. Craig is looks like he is finished as well. Currently in that 13th position. Joseph Andewar is still sitting on pit road in that number 13 machine. He is currently running 16th. Now Trevor Harmon is out here on the track. We putting in his time here in qualifying. It looks like everybody has qualified or is going to qualify. We'll check and see exactly where Trevor Harmon puts that number 27 machine here. Jackson Allen is done with his. We'll go back to Trevor Harmon in that 27. See exactly where he puts his machine. Right now, he is not currently scored in the qualifying. He has not completed his first lap, so we'll give him a minute here and see exactly where it puts him. Thing about qualifying, you don't want to spin it, you don't want to hit the wall, you don't want to do anything that would cause a caution in the actual race because it will not count your qualifying lap. As Trevor Harmon crosses the line, he will put himself in that 17th spot. One more lap for that 27. See if he can better his time and maybe squeeze in, you know, a top 10. Maybe grab the pole from Anthony C. Right now, he does have the pole. But we do want to wait for everybody to be completed with their lap before we get to the interviews.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, Robbie's back. All right.
Yeah, popped in real quick. Tell you that everybody's put their laps in. Feel free to go ahead and start interviewing their pole sitter there if you want.
All right.
And we'll be back here in a minute to join you and the great fans in the chat and call us one heck of a race here tonight.
Yes, we are. Just wait. Yeah, I was just waiting on Trevor Harmon to finish his qualifying lap because, well, you never know. He could have took it from Anthony C. You know.
It's highly possible.
All right, Robbie. Well, we'll see you here in a few minutes, bud.
All right, brother.
All right. Well, we are going to bring up the pole sitter here officially. Anthony C. in the number 51. Anthony, got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Anthony, man, well, you're grabbing the pole here with a 37.159. You come into tonight in the points standings in a 7th position, 6 back behind Craig Lerman, man, Michigan. Kind of like Daytona and Talladega, but without the restrictor plate, anybody's race here. What's going through your mind right now, bud?
Trying to keep the car clean. I know on the long runs we're going to have loose coming out of the turns and then also tight coming out of the turns because you're going to end up either going to be pushing or you're going to be ending up loose out of the turn. So just trying to keep the car clean throughout the whole entire race.
Well, Anthony, I don't know if you want to answer this over the stream or not, but when it's push come to shove, are you going to push or shove?
It all depends on who's in front.
Ah, okay. I see how it is. All right. Well, we know Michigan, Anthony, is a non-restrictor plate race. You know, we've talked about that many, many times. But the speed you guys are pushing tonight, extremely, well, you know, in a sense, dangerous. I know you cannot get physically hurt here, but y'all have no resets. So you get damage, you've got to get it fixed.
Yeah, it's definitely like when you get a damage here, it's just like Talladega. It's just going to slow you down. So even tapping a wall, just get a little fender damage, you're just gonna lap times are going to be a lot slower. So that's why the best bet is just keeping it clean throughout the whole entire race.
Exactly. Well, I just looked over to chat here at the moment. Who is the Wolf said tell Anthony hi. He is in chat. So hello from Who is the Wolf.
Yeah, that's Scott.
Ah, okay, all right. Well, he said hello, man. Well, Anthony, man, good luck tonight. 100 laps here tonight. You know, 20, 20, and 60, the stages. We know stages plays a factor in a race. We also know tire wear. Not sure if fuel's going to play a bigger problem here tonight. It may be more of the tires.
Yeah, definitely. The last stage is definitely going to be kind of a fuel run, but you're definitely going to have to take 4 tires on that last pit stop because you're just slowing down. The tire wear is really, really big on this track. So the fresher tires, the better your car will be and the better it'll handle.
All right, Anthony C. and the number 51 machine going to grab the top spot here in qualifying. Anthony, man, good luck. And, man, we don't know what's going to happen here tonight, but we hope we see you, you know, up there at the end. You know, that's about all I could really say.
Yeah, I'm trying to get this rhythm going from last week. So hopefully this will be a win this time, not a second place.
Well, yeah, because that's another one of the guys I was going to talk to here in a minute is, well, James McKee. So, Anthony, man, good luck here tonight. Long race. Good luck, man.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, that is Anthony. Steve, we're going to try and see if we can get... well, I'm not seeing him in... Oh, there he is. All right, there we go. All right, I have found him. James McKee, got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man. Well, I wanted to drag you up here because we got plenty of time here. Man, you're coming off a huge win last week at Kentucky. And, you know, now it's Michigan here tonight. Bigger track, bigger, you know, different style of racing. Going to start 7th here tonight. What's your mindset, you know, having a little bit of momentum coming into tonight? What's your mindset right now?
I want to go fast, like Ricky Bobby.
You want to go fast like Ricky Bobby? Well, we know speeds here at Michigan can reach over 210 miles an hour. Is that what you want to do?
A little faster than that.
Okay, so 220 miles an hour.
I need to go Anthony C fast. He's pretty quick.
Anthony C fast. All right. Well, hey, man, James, it's a long race here tonight, bud. Anything can happen. Like I said, you're going to be starting here in 7th here tonight. So hold your head up, man. And, you know, hopefully we'll see you there at the end, bud.
I hope so. I could use another burnout. That'd be fun.
All right. Good luck.
Appreciate it.
Oh. Well, all right. James McKee going to be starting in that number 8 machine in that 7th spot. Let's see if we can get somebody else down here real quick. Well, that ain't gonna be real quick because he had just advanced the session there. So we're gonna get right in to gridding. All right, give him just a few minutes so they can start gridding here. All right. All right, this is your Walter Beard Co. Starting a grid here tonight. The NMNTSB Graphics Cup Series here at Michigan. Starting on the pole, Anthony C. with a 37.159. Congratulations to Anthony for grabbing the pole. PJ Popham going to be starting on the outside of him in that number 1 machine in a 2nd. Bradley Wilson in 3rd, Jackson Allen in 4th, Spence Thompson in 5th, Jared Washawn in that 6th position, James McKee in 7th, Zach Lindgren in 8th, Kelsey Rogers going to be starting 9th, Jason Alexander in 10th, Peyton Kurtz in 11th, Gordon Larson Jr. in 12th, Greg Lerman in 13th, Terry Mason in 14th, Trevor Harmon in 15th, Derek Robinson in 16th, Joseph Andewar in 17th, Matthew McMeekin in 18th, Chris Baines in 19th. Rounding out the field tonight will be Scott Lacoe in that 20th position. And we are all already going to be rolling out here. Get this underway. Anthony C. gonna lead them to the line. With a wide view. This track is huge. There's a lot of room, but you've got to be careful. Right, here we go. Robbie Buckner joining me back in the booth here. Got done with his adminning of themes. Got through qualifying. Robbie, man, we're about to get this show on the road, bud.
Yeah, buddy.
Gonna be a fun race here tonight. Oh man, really looking forward to it. Not sure why my cameras are not updated. All right, pace car dives in. Anthony C. gonna lead them to the line here. Buckle up in your seatbelts. Get them tight. Green flag is out. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing in Michigan, boys. Everybody gets lined out here. There we go. I'll get it fixed one way there. Whoa! The #1 machine of, I believe that's PJ Popham. Yeah, he wastes no time. He takes over the lead.
Yeah, PJ's out there redeeming himself for the last couple of weeks. He's had some good runs with going away on pit entry on green flag. So it's going to be interesting to see if PJ's worked on that this week.
PJ Popham going to come to the line if that 51 machine cannot catch up to him. Still not sure why my cameras are not updating like they're supposed to. Give me just a few minutes while I figure this out. It might be that I got the cameras up. I hate doing this, folks, because it does, kind of cause an issue, but we'll get through it there. All right, everybody lined out. Everybody currently running in a line here. PJ Popham will lead the first lap here tonight. Anthony C. back to second already. He is coming up flying upon that #1 machine. Draft's going to be the key here tonight, Robbie. You know it, and I know it. Staying in the draft with the car in front of you. If you lose the draft, you better make sure you don't have any damage on your machine.
Yeah, definitely want to try and make sure you keep your damage to a minimum tonight. You want to get in that draft as much as you can. Let that guy in front of you pull you down into the corner and allow you, when you come up off that corner, to get that run down the back stretch.
As everybody single file for the most part. Wisconsin in the 89 get up in position here already. Well, I thought he did. He started 5th, currently running 5th. I believe he was side by side with the #8 James McKee there. For a moment, James was looking, decided not to take it. Now the 89 Wisconsin looking to the inside of the 83 Bradley Wilson side by side on the front stretch as they go into turn #1 here. 213 miles an hour. Wisconsin will take that position.
Spence done a really good job there of setting Bradley up for that one. He was able to set it up.
And here comes the #8 of James McKee onto the inside of the 83 of Bradley Wilson. James McKee going to take that spot away from the 83, the 85 of Zach Lindgren now looking to the inside, and he'll take that spot away from the 83. We got 15 laps left before the end of stage #1 already.
Yeah, they're getting it tonight. I tell you, these guys are wasting no time trying to make their moves up towards the front. Jackson Allen currently is battling PJ Popham for 2nd place. Wasn't able to get that run, so he falls back in line. These guys are starting to get strung out a little bit, but you're definitely seeing a lot of comers and goers. Guys that started towards the back starting to make their way towards the front.
And we are on that #4 machine of Jackson Allen right now, still in the draft of the #1 of PJ Popham. Anthony C. is now back out front to lead his 3rd lap of the race. I think PJ just wanted to get some bonus points there.
Oh, I'm pretty sure he wanted bonus points, but PJ is also one of those guys that just wants to lead.
I'm sure he wouldn't mind coming out with the win here either.
No, definitely wouldn't mind coming out with the win tonight. PJ does a really good job put himself in position to win. Like I said, he's just had a rough 2 weeks here. Had real strong cars, but unfortunately on green flag pit stops, he's had mistakes, which has pretty much eliminated him from the race.
Yeah, exactly. PJ is a fantastic racer. So he's still up front, running strong here early on. And the number 18 of Jared Washon does have a new paint scheme, who is the Wolf. Actually was on him earlier tonight, and got a good view of that. So if you want to rewind it to the very beginning while he was sitting on pit road, you'll actually see his paint scheme. The AnthonyAlfredo.com paint scheme here tonight. So he, you know, it is his paint. He wanted me to make sure I had the updated paint, and I don't blame him. You know, when you have an actual sponsor for you know, a virtual card, you really want to make sure you have the updated paint.
Anthony does a great job of making cards and pieces of the cards. I'll tell you, he does a really good job.
Speaking of Anthony, in that 51 up front, 1.0 seconds in front of Spence Thompson. Spence now all the way up in second before Jackson Allen. We know how Jackson is. He's a little sneaky. Yeah, looks like somebody. Yeah, PJ, he was way back all the way into 17. Yeah, he was way back here. Chris Ames. Well, you know, I picked my pick for tonight. You know who it is, I believe, don't you?
No, I wasn't here for that.
Oh, okay. Well, we were goofing off down there right before I went live. You know, we were picking different people. You know, Michigan. Well, I picked Chris Baines in the 82.
It's a good solid choice. Let's see what happened to PJ there. PJ got lost on the two.
Oh, yeah, he did. I was actually on him at the time. You know, he's moving back up. You know, PJ's got to take it one position at a time. One spot at a time. That's what he's got to do.
Take your time going back up there. You know, you had your moment.
You know, it was a 13 of Joseph Vanderwaal had a moment there. Looks like he kept it straight. Got it back going again. Now 14 of Madison and Beacon. Going up on him, lifted to the inside. I still love the 14 paint scheme. US Navy. I say it every week.
Definitely got a good paint scheme.
Yes, he does. But everybody out here, you know, is running some awesome paint schemes here. Everybody, you know, you're talking about Anthony C painting his own vehicles, and you know what an awesome paint scheme he has as well. And he's losing some ground there. Spence Thompson in the 89 has caught up to him almost at 7/10 of a second.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Michigan, home track. It means a lot to him when we go here. Pretty sure he's turning track in the city.
Oh, yeah, I actually got a chance to talk to him before I went live as well. You know, him being from Michigan and, you know, like you said, home track. He actually, you know, if you win at your home track, then that's, you know, even more fantastic because you're from there. We do not have an actual NASCAR track here in Arkansas. We do have a NASCAR track. So the closest one would probably be in my area would be Texas. So I would say that would be pretty much in my backyard. Would be the closest one.
Well, I'm lucky. I live in South Carolina. I'm surrounded by tracks. My home track is Darlington. I love that place. I love that place.
Well, I know you got Charlotte.
Charlotte, Martinsville, Richmond, and Bristol.
Wow, oh, we have some trouble. Oh, yeah. Went off the track there. Let's see if I can find out who that was. Oh, man, they were.
That's the same thing that happened with Jim Butler.
All right, 43 Strickler. Yeah, well, he did. He went back. He is still in the top 10, running 9. And we were actually on that area. There were a pack of cars there together. And, you know, they're still together here. You know, the 4 of Jackson Allen right up in front. The 83 of Brandon Bradley Wilson. I don't know why I called him Brandon. Bradley. Bradley Wilson. And the 36, Kelsey Roger. Boy, he has company. He's got the 18 of Jared Bashan. It looked like Jared was giving him a little bit of a bump there to let him know either go or I'm going to go around you. Exactly. Well, you know, 16 up 100. Got about 4 laps left here before the end of stage 1. Anthony C, though, he is out front. Like 13 laps. PJ Popham got some bonus points, got out led the first 2 laps. So, you know, but I expect PJ after the stage 1, maybe stage 2, PJ gonna find his way back up there. You can't count out on PJ Popham.
Oh no, he's already about on his way back up to 12.
There he is. Well, Zach Lindgren in the 85 machine. Now, who will get passed up by the 27 of Trevor Harmon. Trevor Harmon will go into 9. Man, oh man. Well, the first stage is really, you know, all about, you know, you want to win the stage, yes. You know, you want to get those stage points. I do believe stage points will consist of the top 10, starting with the winner but getting 10 and then working its way back all the way to 10th, which will get 1 stage point.
Yep.
So that does help. Looks like Jared Bashan's having some looking issues.
Stage winner also gets 1 experience.
Oh. Did Jared Bashan blink out, or did he, what is going on with Jared Bashan? Oh, Jared Bashan having some serious blinking issues. So that is not what you want to see here at a track like Michigan. You don't want to see that really at any track, you know.
No.
You want everybody to have a clean race, you know.
Yeah, most definitely. You know, Jared is now aware of his connection issues. Trying to allow these guys to go so that, you know, he doesn't accidentally cause a wreck because of his blinking. And his connection started to come back in, so he'll be able to re-rack them, stack them, and go here in a minute. But unfortunately, right here at the end of a stage, it's kind of a bad deal.
Exactly, as they cross the line to take lap number 20 here. The next lap will end. That ended the stage. Coming to lap 20. That's right. That's the way y'all do it here. Well, Anthony C coming away with the stage 1 win here tonight. And if I'm not mistaken, Anthony C last week at Kentucky took both stages.
Yeah, Anthony dominated the race last week. Unfortunately, there at the end, 2 tires beat him out.
Exactly. James McKee currently 3rd right now, but right now all comes down to the 51 machine of Anthony C, your stage 1 winner here tonight for the NMNTSB Graphics Cup Series. And we'll let these guys pit, which I'm sure they will. We'll let these guys pit, get back out here on the track. We're going to have plenty enough time to interview Anthony C here, so give him just a few minutes as they catch up.
PJ battled back to finish 10th in that stage.
Yeah, top 10, you know, after the little hiccup there he had. Well, you can't count out PJ Popham.
Nope.
All right, well, I was just informed by Who Is the Wolf in chat. I do have chat pulled up, Who Is the Wolf, and thank you for that information. I did turn down the sound there for the desktop audio for OBS. Maybe, I hope you can hear us okay. I hope you can still hear the cars. He was stating that the cars were too loud, so he couldn't really hear us. So I wanted to make sure, you know, I want them to hear me just as well as they can hear the cars. That will actually affect both of us. That way the viewers can hear us.
Yeah. Sorry about that. I was watching Zach Linger catching up to the field there, just about wiped out.
Oh, not a good thing. You do not want to wipe out under caution.
No.
All right, as they make their pit stops here.
Spence slides through his box.
Oh, not a good thing. Vince will have to back up. Well, Anthony C will be your stage winner here. We're actually going to close that down. It's actually slowing down ATVOs, so I'm going to close that down here real quick. We'll get everything back up here. We'll get Anthony C up here to interview. All right. Give me just a minute. Anthony C, got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Well, Anthony C, history repeating itself here tonight, come last week, you know. Hopefully you can back it up, because we know kind of what happened last week. I know you don't want to think about it, but stage 1 winner here tonight. Talk about the first 20 laps here tonight, and how's the track feeling?
It's a little loose. Like I said earlier, that as soon as you start wearing out the tires, you just end up pushing it and getting loose kind of off the turns 2 and 4. So it's a mix of both loose and tight. Well,
it looks like James McKee in that number 8 beat you off of pit road. We know you're fast. Well, we know James McKee is fast as well, and you got a lot of fast drivers around you. Do you think you have what it takes to maybe bring home the stage 2 a victory here as y'all get the 1 to go?
Yeah, I might. We'll see how James is going to do. If I have to, I might have to make sure he mirror drives so he starts losing his line. But it kind of like deja vu to like last week near the end of the race.
All right, Anthony C, man, congratulations. Stage 1 win here tonight. Good luck in stage number 2 coming up here in about a half a lap.
Thanks.
All right. Well, Robbie Buckner, there he is. There he is. I know you had your mic muted. Well, Robbie, man, I'm going to let you do the honors of getting them going on stage number 2, bud.
Heck yeah, brother. Like you mentioned, James McKee was able to beat Anthony C off pit road, so James is going to have control of the field as we get ready to start stage number 2. Stage 1 went by really fast. Stage 2 is probably going to go by just as fast. So don't blink. This will end before you know it. But definitely got a good field, solid drivers right here. Front row, second row, you got Kelsey Rogers, Bradley Wilson, then Craig Lerman and Spence Thompson in the third row. So this should be an exciting start here as these guys get ready as they come off of turn number 3. Pace car is going to drop as they come out of 4. Long laps here at this 2-mile Michigan Speedway.
Well, you got that right.
Pace car makes that hard left. James McKee in control. He's on the lap running. We're back underway for stage number 2 of the Graphics Cup Series here in Michigan.
One of my favorite all-time tracks, you know, well, non-restrictor plate tracks, I should say. And I like Charlotte. There are other tracks I like. You know, I'm a guy, I like Pocono for crying out loud. I don't know why, but I love the tricky triangle. Oh, it looks like we got some battling going on back here. Jackson Allen in the 4, looking to the inside of the 43 of Craig Lerman. Not sure exactly who got into the wall there. It looks like somebody might have tagged the wall. They kept it going, which is a good thing.
If they didn't brush it, they come as close as you can get without brushing it.
Well, we've heard of the Darlington Stripe. Well, guess what? This is the Michigan swipe. They got the Michigan swipe.
Tell you though, what's impressive, I'm looking at the drivers, PJ Popham has battled his way back up. He's definitely doing a better job coming up through the field this time.
Yeah, PJ Popham in the number 1 Monster Energy car there. Actually, it's a Monster Energy car all the way around because, well, you know, Monster Energy being the sponsor of the, you know, real-life NASCAR, and he is running a Monster Energy paint scheme in iRacing. So, you know, yeah, he's battled his way back up to 7th already. I will not count out that number 1 regardless of what happens. PJ Popham can surprise anybody.
Yeah, most definitely. Right now, though, we got a battle for the lead. Looks like Anthony C is going to go to the outside of James McKee to try and complete his pass.
As we go back up front here, James McKee, though, has led 4 laps here. PJ Popham 2. Anthony C has led 19 laps here. As James McKee still holds on to the top spot here. Kelsey Rogers, we have not mentioned his name yet, but he is up to 3rd in that number 36 machine.
Yeah, he's up to 3rd. Really good run. I'll tell you another guy having a good run tonight, and I kind of feel bad. I forgot to mention him last week. He had a heck of a run also. Craig Lerman in that 43. Craig last week started dead last and finished 4th, and right now he's running in the top 5, so another solid run for Craig this week.
Yeah, Craig Lerman. Lerman or Learman? Lerman. Okay. All right, so we'll say Craig Lerman here. But yeah, solid run here early on here for that 43 machine as well. Now the 4 machine of Jackson Allen is coming up on Kelsey Rogers, but here's a problem. Is Jackson Allen in enough of the draft to come up on, well, now Anthony C. Oh, Trevor Harmon.
Sorry. I'm sitting there watching him go down the backstretch, and all of a sudden I see the 27 go sliding in front of my camera.
Oh, all right. We will go back and take a look at that number 27 machine of Trevor Harmon, and it looks like he hit hard into that inside wall. All right. Let's go back and take a look here, folks, to see what happened to the 27 machine of Trevor Harmon. You know, we want to keep everybody excited. Oh, it looks like he just lost it.
Yeah, just lost it off the corner there.
He tried to save it, locked him down, kept it going.
Done a good job of not hitting anything.
Oh, so he did not hit the wall.
No. He actually,
wow. Yeah, I just see that. Yeah, clean car.
Yeah.
Wow, what a fantastic job by Trevor Harmon of keeping it off the wall. From what I seen, because I caught it there at the end, it looked like he hit the wall, but he didn't, because he was right there at the wall. But hey, man, that was an awesome stop there by Trevor Harmon. Well, Kelsey Rogers. Kelsey Rogers now battling for 2nd place between the 51 of Anthony C. Kelsey Rogers looking to take that 2nd spot. He is in 2nd, or was in 2nd. And now Anthony C. looking to the outside, looking to take that spot away.
Yeah, I tell you, Anthony's not looking quite as strong this stage as he did the first stage. James McKee is doing a good job of holding them off, and Kelsey is sticking his nose in here. Definitely wants to let everybody know that he's here tonight as well.
Exactly, and what a race it would be for Kelsey Rogers to come in tonight and just steal a victory from everybody out here, you know, especially at a track like Michigan, because it's big, it's fast. You basically have to drive it like you would a super speedway, you know, stay in the draft, keep tires underneath it, but that 60-lap run is going to play a factor, because you're going to have to concentrate on fuel, because that's going to play a factor in that 60 laps.
Yeah, definitely. Had an incident in the back of the field between the 13 and the 17.
Scott Lecoe and Joseph Andewar. Joseph Andewar in the 13, Scott Lecoe in the 17. Now Scott Lecoe is back here in 18th. Trevor Harmon, the last one on the lead lap in the 27 machine after having a little incident there. But see, everybody's still on track here tonight. Derek Robinson, though, 2 laps down on the 818. But hey, it's still his race too.
Yeah, Derek had a little bit of a connection issue there. Kind of lagged out for a minute, but he's back in it. Back running. And another guy whose connection was giving some issues has finally settled down, and Jared Washawn.
Yeah.
He's starting to make his way back up through the field.
And Jared Washawn currently 11th in that number 18 machine with a new paint scheme here tonight. We are coming up on a lap number 34 here. may have a battle for the lead here because Anthony C did get around Kelsey Rogers. Anthony C goes back into second. That pushed Kelsey Rogers back to third. Green flag here, other than the stage caution, but we can't count that because it was not an actual caution.
No. Yeah, Anthony to the inside of McKee here for the lead. Apparently someone told Anthony on the radio I was talking bad about him, so Anthony's back on the pedal again.
Well, everybody out here, you know, are very clean racers. They give the room when needed, and when not needed, they don't give the ring. So.
Oh yeah, I definitely expect the intensity to pick up after this stage here. You know, once we get to the end of this stage and we get into that final 60-lap run, these guys are definitely going to start battling harder and harder, and everybody's going to try and position themselves for that last stint, you know.
Exactly. Well, while you're...
I've said this 3 weeks in a row, but I'm pretty sure they got to pit this out.
Oh! Contact between the 89 and the 36. We have a caution. The 4 involved. The 36 involved. Oh, man. We were on that live, folks. We were actually on Spence Thompson, Robbie, when that happened.
Wow.
Yeah. All right, folks. Well, we will go back and take a look here. The 36 and the 89. Now, they were side by side here. I think there might have been some net code involved in that. We'll go back and take a look here. They're still side by side coming out of, oh no, there might have been a little bit of net code that initially started it, and that upset just everybody there. Oh no. The 36 of Kelsey Rogers, the 89 of Spence Thompson. Well, let's see if who else was. I know there were some other drivers involved in that. That might have been the only two. I know Spence Thompson was involved in that. We'll go back and look at Kelsey Rogers' view of it from his perspective. Kelsey Rogers. There we go. All right. You see the 89 of Spence Thompson on the outside. Kelsey Rogers, who I'm on right now, in the 36. They make their way around 3 and 4. This is where it all started. Coming out of 4. I believe a little bit of net code might have started that. As it collects the 4 as well. The Monster Energy. Oh, no. PJ Popham getting involved in that as well. Well, from your perspective, Robbie, from your, you watching it, because I'm sure you, as an admin, have to go back and watch it. What did you see?
That's what I'm looking at right now. What I'm seeing from my perspective, if you go, and if you want, I'll kind of walk you through what I'm looking at, and you can kind of show the fans what I'm looking at. If you go to the middle of 3 and 4.
Okay, yeah, see, I remember that, yeah. I've already went back live, so I really can't go back, so.
Well, what I watch is, you can watch the seams in the track. The seams in the track will kind of show you where each driver's line is.
Yes, sir.
So I'm watching the lines to see if a driver made a move up or down on somebody. And then as they make their move, does the car move after contact or before contact? Basically, if it's net code, you'll see the car kind of turn before the two vehicles ever actually make contact with each other.
Yes, sir.
If there's not any net code, the incident will show afterwards, if that makes any sense.
Okay.
From what I can gather looking in there, they got extremely close to each other, never made contact, and it seems like Spence's car kind of snapped around on him, so in my opinion, that would be net code.
All right, so You're calling netcode, correct?
I'm calling netcode, but let me
All
go
right.
let everybody else know. Right back.
All right, well, that's what I was seeing, you know, is a little bit of netcode there that might have initially started the whole situation. So there, you know, from Robbie's perspective and my perspective, you know, I'm not an admin, folks. I'm just a broadcaster here for MaxSpeedTV, but I call it like I see it. And, you know, I seen netcode that initially started it, and then, you know, it just affected everybody out there on the track. So, but I do believe Anthony C. may have come away with a stage 2. The win here. We will actually get the official here when Robbie gets back, as they are on lap 38 of 100. All right, well, they will get the green on lap 40, which will end the stage, because lap 40 is the end of stage 2. So I don't know exactly how Robbie Buckner is going to play this out. Robbie...
That was the end of the stage at last caution.
Okay, that was the end of the stage, last caution. So Anthony C. will be your stage 2 winner. We did not have time to interview him. I thought maybe y'all were going to go green and then yellow. I've seen that happen, so I didn't know. But Anthony C., stage 2 winner. Well, we seen what happened last week.
Yeah, our rule when it comes to stages and cautions, if a caution comes out within 5 laps of the end of the stage, we call that the stage.
Oh, okay, within 5 laps, because I know some people do it 4, some people do it 6, some people do it 3, some leagues. So, yeah, it's different. But, okay, Anthony C., stage 2 winner here tonight officially. Congratulations to that 51 for grabbing stage 2 win here tonight as well. We will get him up here with an interview at the end of the race for the stage 2 win. But we're going to go back green here for the final 61, 62 laps here. Pace car dives off. Here we go. Anthony C. on the loud pedal. James McKee on the outside. The 43 of Craig Lerman starting in that 3rd spot as they go side by side. Zach Lindgren going to be starting in that 4th position there. Whoa, buddy. I think everything is just right now thrown out the window.
Yeah, it's definitely all pretty much do what you run, get what you get.
Exactly. Well, folks, I know we have just started the stage, the final stage here for MaxSpeedTV, but Robbie, what do you say we do a little bit of crank it up, shall we?
Heck yeah, brother.
Oh.
Turn your TVs up, turn your tablets up. Tell grandma to get out of bed.
All righty, folks. Crank it up time here on MaxSpeedTV. Alrighty, folks, back alive here on MaxSpeedTV. Hopefully everybody enjoyed the crank it up at Cam there. Anthony C. Almost a second lead over Zach Lindgren now in that number 85 machine. Craig Lerman now in a third. James McKee, though, fighting onto the inside of the 43, looking to take over third place. James McKee looking to make it back-to-back wins here at the NMN TSB Graphics Cup Series. Well, James McKee, though, he won last week at Kentucky, and we have seen what happens. Anthony C. coming away with both stage wins, but they're going to have to make a pit stop here in the final laps.
They're going to have to make a pit stop, and the biggest thing is, if you remember last week after they made their green flag pit stops, a caution came out. And that allowed James McKee to take a two-tire stop to get out front. And we've already seen tonight that if he gets out front for about 10 to 15 laps, he can hold back Anthony. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Right now, James McKee did make the pass on the 43 of Craig Lerman. So Craig goes back to fourth. James McKee goes into third. No cautions here tonight other than the stage. The first two stage caution. Well, actually, we did have a caution. My bad.
Yeah,
we had
stage caution.
Yeah, it happened to we had one stage caution, and then we had a caution to really end the stage there, unfortunately. So we've had 1 and 1 basically. But it's been an awesome race. 20 drivers out here tonight. I was beginning to wonder if the 27 machine, if Trevor Harmon was even going to be able to start, because at the beginning, he wasn't even in here, or he might have been in here, but I didn't see him.
Yeah, Trevor is one of our West Coast drivers. He lives out in Phoenix, or not in Phoenix, but he lives in Arizona. And, we start at 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern, so for him, that's enough time to get off work, come home, shower, and hop on. Yeah. So Trevor had actually logged in and was trying to eat him some food and shower up before the race, so that's why he didn't get any practice in.
Oh, man. Well, I mean, hey, he's still out here. He is currently the last one on the lead lap. It looks like Derek Robinson and Clayton Kurtz is the only two drivers a lap down. These two fighting for the lucky dog if a caution was to come out. As we check back up front, the 51 machine will be coming to take lap 51. We are officially at the halfway mark here. 50 laps to go. Right now, it's all Anthony C. up front, 1.2 seconds ahead, now 1.5 ahead of Zach Lindgren. And for some reason, ATVO has been running much smoother than what it usually is.
Looks good tonight, man. Looks real good tonight.
I don't know what the deal is. I don't know if it was the update or what, but every now and then it'll have its little hiccup and it'll freeze and I'll have to reset it. But last night we had a lot of drivers at Iowa, and on another broadcast that I do here on MaxSpeedTV, and it went smooth, and I was actually shocked.
I tell you, man, broadcasting is a strange thing. I tell you, a lot of people don't understand the stuff that goes into it to actually do this. That they can just sit here and hit record and talk junk, which for me, that's pretty much what I do. I just sit around and talk junk. But, I got a lot of respect for, the guys that do this stuff. You guys you got to set up all your overlays, and on top of that, you got to control all your cameras and keep all the action going, make sure the fans stay involved. And I tell you, it's a lot of work to do this stuff, but it's real rewarding and fun, in my opinion, in the end.
Yeah, it is. The most of the stuff that I do and I broadcast is, pavement oval racing, cup, truck, K&N, stuff like that here on iRacing. you know, it's not that I don't like dirt. Don't get me wrong. Dirt is a fantastic, you know, if you're not into pavement, dirt, you know, go to dirt. If you have a local dirt track, hey, go to it. Now, I personally have never been, but I hear it's amazing. If you go there, you know, you get the, even just the, yeah, I don't even want to hear it. I don't even want to hear it.
I'm going to tell you something. I know, look here, I'm going to take a quick little break here. I'm going to explain something to everybody.
Oh, no.
I'm a dirt guy. I grew up on asphalt. You know, going to my local asphalt tracks, going to Darlington and Charlotte, all these local NASCAR tracks and everything. But I started going to dirt tracks probably about the time I was 19 years old. And I'm going to tell you, I used to be impressed with super late models and past all-stars. And don't get me wrong, they still put on really good races. It's amazing to watch and amazing to see. Go to a dirt track one time. Watch a super late model. Watch that left front tire come up. And watch that left rear tire kick up in the fender well. And that dude kick it off in a corner at over 100 miles an hour and never crack the throttle. I'm telling you, there's nothing like it in the world. It'll change your life, man. I'm telling you, it'll change your life. You know, I'm one of those people that really believe that pavement is for getting you there, dirt's for racing.
A lot of people, you know, everybody knows the gentleman, the two gentlemen that I'm about to mention. Everybody knows, you know, who they are. You know, Mark Martin, Rusty Wallace. You know who they are. I know who they are. Now, Mark Martin from Batesville, Arkansas. You know, he got his, from what I understand, now what I understand is he got his start at a local track here where I live, close to me, called Tri-State Speedway. And it's a dirt track. It's probably about 15 minutes from where I live. Now, Mark Martin and Rusty Wallace, two of the greatest of all times, alongside Dale Earnhardt Sr., you know, just outstanding racers, you know. Well, you know, I'm a big Mark Martin fan, but I've never even been to Tri-State, okay? But I don't know if it's because I just don't want to go, but I mean, I've gotten into iRacing. What's the difference? Well, it's real life. You're actually there, you know? So maybe one of these days I'll go, but you know, back to iRacing here with the NMNTS. I know we have been rambling on. You know, this may be, you know, virtual, but it's still realistic because you're still having to drive the car.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, you're definitely still having to work it. You're still having to figure it all out. It'll still work you out. Dirt racing on iRacing will work you out.
Oh, trust me, I know.
I know you had the pleasure of doing some dirt races with us this past weekend on our stream, so it's fun, man. I tell you, it's whether you go to a pavement track or whether you go to a dirt track, honestly, it doesn't matter. Just go out to your local track, support the local teams, the local drivers, you know, help the local track stay in business, you know. $10, $15 entry fee in most of the tracks just to get into the track, you know, $2, $3 hot dogs, $2, $3 hamburgers. You can't beat it.
Oh, no.
You know, 4 or 5 hours of good family fun. And I tell you, you know, there's nothing like it. You go to a race, no matter where you go, it's just fun to go to, man.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
I still go to pavement races. I go to Hickory Motor Speedway with Terry Mason that actually is racing out here tonight. Me and him will go to Hickory for big late model races and everything and watch those. And you know, I have just as much fun there as I do at a dirt track. But if you were to give me an option between going to watch the Pass All-Stars or the World of Outlaw late models, I'm gonna go watch the World of Outlaw late models.
Well, it looks like Terry Mason, now not to change the subject on you, we'll get back to that, but Terry Mason is running the BA Graphics paint scheme tonight. The same paint scheme, I do believe, that Bradley Wilson is running. Well, no, Bradley's running the Sim Spec, but it's the same sponsor for, like, Monday nights.
Yeah, Terry is
one of them.
The Backwards Hat Production BA Graphics Cup car. Terry's a good dude. He represents BA Graphics and Backwards Hat. Does a good job, but Backwards.
Oh, okay. I see the back. Well, the Backwards.
BA Graphics is pretty much on every every vehicle that Bradley owns. So all the WFO TRM cars, you're going to see BA Graphics on it somewhere. Bradley does all the schemes for us.
Okay.
Does a really good job with them.
Well, I'm noticing that on the side of the Terry Mason 75 machine, you got the BA Graphics, and then on the hood you have the Backwards Hat Productions, which is, well, you know, I would say, you know, I've been, you know, in the booth with you and Bradley for Backwards Hat, so, you know, I would say we have got acquainted here, you know, MaxSpeedTV and Backwards Hat, you know, so I'm seeing that, so he's representing both.
Yeah, that's the kind of like, you know, how people always talk about Rick Hendrick and Roush, how they have their certain car that they, no matter what, it's going to be on the track and it's going to carry, you know, if it can't find sponsorship, then it's going to carry, you know, Roush's performance or a City Chevrolet or something like that on it for those guys. The BA Graphics Backwards Hat car, that's the WFO company car, basically.
Ah, okay. Well, BA Graphics is the official sponsor here for the NMNTS BA Graphics Cup Series. Well, it's in the title, so, you know, it's the official sponsor here. So Terry Mason representing not only the official sponsor here for the Cup Series, but he's also representing, you know, Bradley Wilson and, you know, yourself, Robbie. You know, you help Bradley in the booth, as well as myself from MaxSpeedTV.
I tell you, man, that's our baby, Backwards Hat. That's our baby. It's a lot of fun to do. We done it just to see if we can do it, and it's taken off a lot faster than we thought it would. And we enjoy doing it. And it's nice to see cars out there running it. Several dirt cars run our logos and stuff for us, so it's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, I know I'm going to have several cars running the MaxSpeedTV paint scheme, so not only will you be able to see that, but, you know, you're going to have, you know, two broadcast companies running, you know, paint schemes to represent both, because, you know, we don't really per se work together, but we do, you know, coincide per se, because you help me, you help Rob, you help Bradley, so
you got to work together, you know. It's just like leagues in our racing, leagues and broadcast teams and all. You got to work together. If you don't, you know, the only way we're all going to survive and strive in this whole environment is if we work together.
Yep.
So, you know, me personally, you know, anybody I can help out, I want to help out, you know.
Oh, yeah.
I enjoy coming up here with you.
Oh, yeah, I enjoy it, man. It helps me call the races. Of course, they've been green flag here for, well, since the, you know, start of this long green flag run here. Of course, the pit stops are happening. The top 9 have not, you know, came down pit road yet. I do believe Kelsey Rogers currently back here in 12th. Has not made his final pit stop. Scott LeCaux in 13th as well has not made his final pit stop. Scott LeCaux, the last one on the lead lap here. But PJ Popham in the 1. Now, this is one guy you have to watch, and I've mentioned his name many times tonight. He knows.
Yeah, he knows that it's important to get that green flag pit stop out of the way. Done a good job this time on his green flag pit stop. Was able to make it without any issues, and he's coming. Don't count him out just yet.
All right, well, I have another person in chat here tonight, Matthew Thomas. He said he has raced. Now, Matthew, are you talking at Michigan? You've raced here at Michigan?
I think he's talking about your dirt track that you were talking about a while ago.
Tri-State. Oh, Tri-State Speedway located in Pensacola, Oklahoma. Yeah, the dirt track. All right, well, pit stops are happening here. Looks like Zach Lindgren has made his final pit stop here. Zach Lindgren, PJ Popham, Gordon Larson Jr., Terry Mason, Bradley Wilson, and Joseph Andewar have made, their final pit stop. It looks like Jared Washon coming down pit road as we speak. going to make his final pit stop as well. I do believe they can make it on just this pit stop alone, fuel-wise and tire-wise. Now, if a caution comes out, and I say that with respect because we know that you guys and other leagues out there, y'all can go green flag. You guys can go green flag racing and take it all the way to the checker flag. So, you know, oh yeah, exactly. And I say that, you know, with respect. If they go green flag, this is their final pit stop. If a caution does come out, who's going to come? Yeah, who's going to come? You think they're going to pit?
Oh, they're going to pit. You can watch the cars right now that are coming out on fresh tires and watch.
Oh, Chris Bain had to back up in his pit stop. Sorry to interrupt you there.
You're fine. If you watch, for example, Jared Bouchon's pulling out of the pits. If you watch Jared Bouchon for the next couple laps, you'll watch him just eat people alive on fresh tires. So you're a sitting duck if you stay out on old tires.
All right, 5. Well, here in about 6 laps, we will be 3/4 of the way through with this race. 2020-60 is the stages. We are done with the stages. Now it's just the final shoot to the end. The question is, though, you know, who's going to come away with the win? Anthony C. coming down pit road. He's going to give up the lead. Oh, James McKee coming down pit road. He is following. Yeah, he's following Anthony C. Jason Alexander in 3rd currently. Yeah, well, he's coming down pit road.
Yeah,
now,
once the leader starts pitting, you got to pit with him.
Now Trevor Harmon will take over the lead. He has currently not led a lap here tonight in that number 27 machine. He will have to go around one more time. The question is, can he make it? I think he can make it on fuel. I mean, I know he can make it on fuel, but the tires, can he go around one more time fully and then pit to officially lead a lap to get those bonus points? We will, you know, stay on that 27 machine of Trevor Harmon here to see exactly what he does. He's not pitting.
No, he should have about 10 more laps of fuel left in that car. So he should be good. I want to say the fuel window is around 40, 45 laps, depending on how hard you're running your car. So he should be able to make it to at least lap 80 if he's going for a full fuel run.
All right, well, Trevor Harmon will lead his first laps of the race here tonight. So he will pick up a bonus points here for leading at least one lap. Now the question is, when will Trevor pit? He knows that everybody, now Trevor has pitted according to my stats here. No, he's coming down pit road. Oh, I forgot he had a late start here, so that is correct. So yeah, he will have one more pit stop here, but he is coming down pit road. Kelsey Rogers will take over the lead here. Kelsey Rogers leading his first lap of the race. He has some damage there on, oh man, he some front damage, some rear damage, but he is up front.
He and Spence Thompson got some major damage on their vehicles, but they're out there soldiering along. So, should be interesting. You know, Kelsey may actually get better gas mileage than everybody else. I doubt he can go the full distance, but he definitely has probably better fuel mileage than everybody else right now because of the fact that he's running so much slower than everybody else. But then again, the aerodynamic disadvantage that he's at may cause him to burn more fuel.
Exactly. You know, Michigan, you know, may not be the, you know, the bumper-to-bumper, you know, drafting per se track like, you know, Daytona or Talladega, but it does play a big factor into it because there's no restrictor plate. You want to make sure your car is completely, you know, 100% clean. As the 17 of Scott LeCaux will get around him. I believe Scott LeCaux will get his lap back there. Yes, he will. So Scott LeCaux making his way around and getting his lap back. But you want to make sure your car is basically perfect here at Michigan.
Yeah, you want to make sure the fenders are still on it at the end of this race if you want to have a shot to win this thing. You know, when you talk about differences in the cars, for example, Bradley Wilson, who's still out there running in the 8th position right now, is a prime example. Bradley has no damage on his car. He's running off in the corners still at 213 miles an hour. But if you look at a Spence Thompson, who has pretty significant damage, if you watch him when he goes down the backstretch, he's gonna hit about 201, 204, 205 down into turn 3, and let's see what he does here as he goes down to turn 1. You know, the leaders and the cars with no damage are hitting about 213 as they get down in the corner. Let's see what Spence is able to do as he comes down the front stretch here.
All right, let me get on Spence here. Let me find him. All right.
Yeah, Spence went into the corner at 209 miles an hour, so he's about 5 miles an hour slower down the straightaways than the leader is with the damage on his car.
Well, Spence Thompson are currently running in the top 10 here in that number 89 machine. Like I said, folks, I can't keep the driver bar up, unfortunately. My processor hates ATVOs, so well, the i900 or the i900, the i7, I believe it's the 2700X series or something like that, is about the minimum you can go, because ATVO is such a heavy program, but it's a nice program, as the graphics that you can put on it are amazing.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Looks like Jackson Allen is officially retired from the race. Jackson's out in the chat since he officially was horrible at Michigan. He was lost the whole time. He was out there swinging a football bat at a hockey puck. So that's pretty lost, Jackson.
Oh, so that's who Salty Broccoli is.
Yeah, that's Jackson Allen.
Oh,
Salty Broccoli is his Twitch screen.
I did not know that.
Matter of fact, Jackson Allen is sponsoring our race next week at Sonoma. It'll be the Salty Broccoli presents the 350 at Sonoma.
Okay, so in 2 weeks, because y'all are off next week.
Nah, we're actually racing next week. Remember, we had to push it up because of the debacle with Pocono. So we've actually moved the schedule up one whole week, and then that way we're off for the week that you need to be off.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Well, first and foremost, man, thank you. Yeah, I forgot about that. Sorry about that. But, yeah, okay, folks. So we will be back next week here for MaxSpeedTV with Sonoma. Well, hey, that's all fine and dandy. Well, I will get with, Salty Broccoli there for the full...
For not knowing. Get him, Jackson.
Okay, that's my fault. Well, I will get with him there for the, all the, information that I need for the broadcast, and we will go from there. But you guys will be at a road course next week. Well, we've been green flag here, so we will talk about Sonoma.
We'll be at a road course. I was giving the guys heck earlier when they were talking about next week at the road course. I told them they need to be glad I'm not racing. I'd lap them. But the truth of the matter is, the only way I'd lap them is if everybody was sitting on pit road and I had a 5-lap head start.
Do you think you could even come out with the win, even with the 5-lap head start?
Oh, no. I can't keep it on the track long enough. I love road course racing. I love it. I'm horrible at it, but I love it.
Oh, man. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be laughing because I can't road course either, so.
oh, man. Laugh it up. I don't blame you.
Oh, man. Well, going back to this race, Anthony C. in the 51 machine still out front here. Anthony C. 60 laps led here tonight, now 61, as it has updated on my side. So, man, Anthony C. dominating performance here. Zach Lindgren, though, currently running in second. PJ Popham up to third. We knew he would be back up here, and here he is.
Yeah, the only problem for PJ was one of the early guys that pitted on this cycle, so his tires are a lot worse off than these other guys. James McKee and Anthony, were one of the later ones that pitted. Zach pitted a little bit later than PJ. So his strategies worked out for PJ. He's got him back up in the top 5. But I think, unfortunately, if this thing goes green all the way to the end, PJ's gonna fall back a little bit here on the worn tires.
Well, Zach, I think they told me, but I've slept since then, so I'll blame it on that right now.
Well, Jackson, we just now found out today you were sponsoring the race, so.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. That's not my fault. No, Jared was Sean looking at the inside of the one of PJ Popham. He will take that spot. Oh, what? What?
That's another good recovery for Anthony there, or for Jared there. Remember,
yeah.
Jared had issues at the beginning of the race, dropped all the way to the back of the field. So.
Oh yeah.
Good recovery.
Oh yeah, good recovery. Jared Washawn was looking to the inside of that one. Now Jared Washawn on the outside of the one of PJ Popham. They are still battling it out for that 4th position. Now James McKee. Now here is one guy. Now we mentioned his name earlier. He won at Kentucky last week. Here's one guy we're gonna have to talk about here with 17 laps to go here. Anything can happen. Now, he is 3.5 seconds behind Zach Lindgren. Okay. Zach Lindgren in second. He is 2.8 seconds behind Anthony C. Anthony C. currently running in first. Does James McKee have enough laps left to make it up to Anthony C. to possibly pull out a back-to-back win here tonight at Michigan?
In my opinion, not without a caution. I think he'll catch Zach, and he'll get Zach, but I don't think he's going to be able to catch Anthony. But, I guarantee you that if a caution comes out with less than 10 laps to go and we get a restart with 8 or 9 laps to go, James McKee is going to be the guy to beat.
So your pick would be James McKee if a caution was to come out?
If a caution is to come out, I think James McKee is going to be the guy to beat.
Okay.
If we stay green, nobody's catching Anthony.
All right. Well, Scott LeCaux in the 17 is right up ahead of the 51. Do you think lap cars or potential lap cars, because the 17 is not a lap down, he has the right to block the 51, but he's not going to,
No.
But he has the right at that time to stay in front of the 51. Say he did, stayed in front and try to protect his position. Do you believe lap position will play a factor into that?
I think where lap traffic is going to come into this whole deal is if Anthony starts getting extremely tight behind these lap cars. If he starts pushing the nose and starts losing time off the corners, and he's losing 3-4 mile an hour down the backstretch because he can't get off the corners, then I think Zach and James have a chance to run him back down. But these guys are real respectful. I think they're going to get out of his way. They're going to let him through because they know we're coming down to the end of this thing. And one thing about racing, drivers have a steel trap of a memory. You hold them up, they'll remember. And the next time you need that break, they're not going to give it back to you.
Exactly. Well, I do want to mention here on the broadcast here, Jackson Allen, I know you're in chat here tonight after, unfortunately taking it behind the wall there, but please come back in TeamSpeak. I would really like to bring you up in the booth here. That is totally, of course, up to you, bud. But, kind of talk about the race here tonight because, Michigan being a big track, all the information we have, would be, best here for a broadcast, but I wanted to throw that out there, bud. So you pop back into TeamSpeak, totally up to you. That'd be great. But Jackson Allen, unfortunately, just not the race he wanted,
No. Jackson done a good job tonight, definitely battled. I think with that caution that came out, he kind of got part of that damage. And I think at that point, if he was out there with a baseball bat chasing a hockey putt, kind of hurts him. Damage doesn't make it any easier for you.
Oh, PJ Popham goes back to 6th. Craig Lerman and Jared Washon both made the pass on him. Now, Jared Washon, though, oh.
Look who hurt you. Hold on 1 second.
Ah. Jackson Allen, get a copy, bud.
Yeah, I got one of those.
Well, I'm going to let Robbie get a hold of you first, and then I'm going to get a hold of you.
Hey, Jackson, man, you had a solid run going there through the first stage. You know, at the end of that first stage there, you came home 7th. Or 7th, you actually finished 8th there in the second stage, man. That damage kind of hurt the car worse than you thought there, but
It was only like 13 seconds. It didn't bother it too bad. I couldn't tell if I even had any afterwards. Yeah, it was just a unfortunate wrong time, wrong place type of thing there, and yeah, just one of those racing things.
Heck yeah, brother. Well, I want to know what it's like to be swinging a football bat at a hockey puck, because I've never seen a football bat. So can you explain to me what a football bat is?
Well, I can tell you it's not fun to swing around. Man, I was lost from the get-go. I think I ended up 4th in practice, but that was a 1-lap fluke. I was probably around 8th or 9th in practice the whole time. So, yeah, these guys had that number 4 machine covered today. I was in another time zone. I was out there playing NASCAR Heat Mobile instead of racing, it seems like.
Yeah, most definitely, brother. I tell you though, man, we're going to Sonoma next week. You're sponsoring the race. What do you think?
I love road course racing. I wish we had a little bit more of it, but yeah, Bradley come up and said we were needing some help getting these race sponsored, and I wanted to earlier in the season, and a bunch of guys kind of took the tracks I was looking at, and then I realized that Sonoma was open, so I jumped on it when I had the opportunity there.
Heck yeah. Josh, I'm going to turn him over to you.
All right, Jackson Allen, man. Well, I guess you heard me. So that is great, man. Well, you know, Michigan is such a big track, but, you know, anything can happen like Daytona or Talladega. What was your expectations here tonight, you know, coming into the race with it being such a big track?
Well, honestly, I thought we was going to have better racing as far as passing. It seems like you get kind of stuck behind somebody, get a little aero tight, and it was just a little bit more difficult to pass than what I envisioned when I was thinking about the race tonight. And then just opposite feelings in each corners. 1 and 2, you're kind of loose if you get on the throttle too early. But if you miss your throttle point, you're really tight. And then turns 4, you start out really tight, and then it kind of snaps loose, which is what bit the 4 car today.
Well, do you think that, you know, after the first 2 stages, you know, as we come to 5 to go here as the 51 machine of Anthony C. crosses the line here momentarily, do you think that maybe the tires might have played a role with everything that had transpired here tonight with the way the stages fell, 2020 and 60?
I don't want to kind of point blame anywhere. It's Michigan, man. You got in my experience here, the guys that know how to get around here really know how to get around here, and the guys that don't are just left wondering what they're doing wrong.
All right. Well, you know, I'm not saying it might have been the stages, but, you know, also you have to, you know, you probably could have went, I would say, 40 to 50 laps on fuel?
Yeah, well, I was looking at pitting there, kind of short pitting everybody. I'm glad I didn't really get that chance, but I think you could have gone a solid 50 laps and been able to make it with
all right.
Without any issues.
All right, so you could have probably went the, you know, 1 and 2, the first and second stage on fuel, but tires are a big road.
Yeah, you absolutely don't want to go 50 laps on tires if you don't have to. Long green flag run, things may be different. But I gotta give a shout out to Anthony C here. He's really picked up the pace these last 2 weeks. These tracks, it's got like a little seam in them there. He seems to like those tracks. He knows where to put that car and get it around these corners here.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Jackson, man, thank you so much for coming back into TeamSpeak, man. I do appreciate that from your perspective. Of course, Sonoma road course next week, a big change in what, we have been doing tonight. But, Anthony C. going to come across the line here to 2 to go here for the NMNTSB Graphics Cup Series. Jackson, man, again, thank you so much for coming back into TeamSpeak, man. I do appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Sonoma's going to be interesting because we're going to have stages there. Normally these guys aren't used to getting any cautions, so we'll see if that changes anybody's strategy for the race, and I think it's going to make some good racing.
Yeah, exactly. Jackson Allen, unfortunately, going to finish not where he wanted to tonight. Currently running 19th, but Jackson, man, get him at Sonoma next week, bud.
Anthony coming for the white flag.
Yeah, Anthony will come across the line there. White flag in the air. 1 to go. Well, he has a 5.2 second lead, though, over Zach Lindgren. Well, with 1 lap left, unless Anthony hits the wall, I don't think anybody's going to catch him.
No, nobody's going to catch Anthony unless something major happens here. But I tell you what's impressive, though, is I'm surprised that Zach was able to hold off James McKee there. So I thought James McKee would get up a little bit further, but I tell you, as Anthony comes off of turn 4 here, heading towards the checkered flag, heck of a job by him tonight. 2 straight solid weeks of great performance out of him.
Exactly. Your winner tonight for the NMNTSB Graphics Cup Series at Michigan, Anthony C. Well, he, after last week's, mess up, pretty much is what he called it. Well, he'll come away with the victory here tonight. Zach Lindgren finishing second. James McKee, though, will finish in that 3rd spot. Solid run for James McKee.
Yeah, it's good, solid runs. How about Craig Lerman again coming home 5th today? That's 2 straight top 5 for him.
All right, yeah, the 43 of Craig Lerman. We'll get a good look at that Good Wrench 43 machine here real quick. All right. We'll get some burnouts here with the 51, the 18 of Jared Washon. Looks like Jared Washon was going to do some burnouts there too.
Here's an interesting fact for you.
What's that?
Anthony C. has now brought TRM its 2nd ever win in the NMTS series.
Really?
Yep. There's only been 2 official wins for TRM in the NMTS series, and this will be the 2nd one.
Wow. Well,
Take a guess who has the first one?
Robbie Buckner.
Yes, sir.
Oh, wow. Wow, all right. Well, he blew. Anthony C. blew his motor during burnouts. All right, folks. Well, give us just a few minutes. We will get these top 3. Well, you know what? How about we do something different here tonight?
All right.
How about we do the top 5 here tonight? I will give you the honors of interviewing the 5th and 4th because Craig Lerman, though, top 5 here tonight, if he's still in TeamSpeak, we'll interview the top 5 here tonight on MaxSpeedTV. How about that?
Sounds good. I'll bring them all up and get them all ready.
All righty, folks. Stay tuned because the top 5 interviews here for the NMNTSB Graphics Cup Series are going to be coming up live. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Alrighty, folks, we are back here alive on MaxSpeedTV. We have caught up with Craig Lerman here. We'll bring him up here real quick. Craig Lerman, got a copy?
Yes, sir, I got you.
Craig Lerman, man, in the number 43 machine, bringing it home with the top 5 here tonight. What a race it was. Only one caution here tonight. Of course, that end of stage 2. But, man, talk about the racing here tonight. Man, 100 laps. But Michigan, kind of like a super speedway, but not. Talk about it, bud.
Yeah, Michigan, a lot of fun, fast track, a lot of action there. These guys up front were unbelievable. I was watching Anthony just slide away the whole night. Zach sandbagging, fooling us all again.
Well, it was a fantastic race all together. One caution overall, of course, but it's all about the race, making it in to the chase. Now, I'm not sure exactly where you're at in the points, but Michigan is one of those tracks that can change everything.
Yeah, absolutely. Michigan's a fun place to race. Points-wise, I'm in a good spot. Absolutely, a lot of good quality drivers in this league. The league is just so talented, and you see it every race. The cautions, lack of cautions, and just the ability of these guys just to move these things around and go.
All right, well, I got to look in here. 6th in points coming in tonight, 1,061 points, 38 back behind Bradley Wilson. Of course, this top 5 going to definitely help you. Going into next week, of course, I will turn it over to Robbie Buckner before we get to that going into next week. Robbie, you got anything for Craig?
Man, I tell you, Craig, last week you came home 4th, started 22nd, came home 4th. Tonight, another good solid run for you. Started 13th, come home 5th, brother. 2 good solid runs in a row. Can you start to feel that momentum building for the team as we progress throughout the season?
Yeah, Robbie, it definitely is. We're being patient. Everybody's working together. A lot of communication amongst the team, and a lot of teamwork in there. So this team is putting it together. You see PJ in the 6th spot there, P6. It was a good night, and you see in the truck racing how we're doing. We're really improving, so it's getting exciting.
Well, heck yeah, brother. I tell you one other thing. I need you to do me a favor, if you can.
I can. What's that?
I need you to pass on a message to PJ for me.
Oh, yeah. What's that? Did he spin out again?
No, he didn't.
I know. I'm kidding.
Tell him I said way to work on it and get it fixed. Hell of a rebound for him tonight as well. He had a loose car there at the beginning, but tell him I said great job tonight. But Craig, honestly, brother, 2 good weeks in a row, man. Couldn't be happier for you, and hopefully this momentum will keep going for you.
I appreciate it. I appreciate everything you guys do, and a big shout out to my team, HRL. Like I said, without them, I wouldn't be where I am.
All right, Craig. Oh, sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
All right. Well, Craig Lerman going to come in tonight, 5th and 5th. Well, Craig, I've got a couple of more questions for you, man. But you got Sonoma next week, a road course, a whole lot different from oval.
Yeah, road courses, depending on the road course, Sonoma I'm not a fan of, I'll be honest. Take me anywhere else. But road course, definitely mix it up.
All right, well, Craig Lerman coming on with tonight in the 5th position. Craig, do you have anybody you would like to give a shout-out to? Thanks, sponsors, to anybody out there, man? Mike is yours.
I appreciate it. Yeah, like I said, out to my team there, Heiza, Larson, Robinson, Popham, Lookjoy, and everybody that does it with me. And thanks to you guys for putting up with us.
All right. Well, Craig Lerman in that number 43 machine coming home tonight in a 5th, solid top 5 here for Craig Lerman. Craig, congratulations on the top 5 here tonight, bud.
I appreciate it, Josh. Appreciate that. Thanks, man. You guys have a great night.
You too. All right. Well, that will bring us to Jared Washon, a solid top 4 here as we bring up the number 96 machine here. Jared Washon, got a copy?
I do.
Well, Jared, well, in team speak, you're in the 96, but in the race, you were in the 18, man. But either way, you're Jared Rashawn. But, man, solid top 4 here tonight, bud, man. What a race it was. Talk about it from just green flag all the way to the checkered flag. One caution here tonight at Michigan. 20 drivers here, man. Mike is yours.
Yeah, it was a pretty fun race overall. We struggled in the long runs. I got too tight and had to drop back for lagging earlier, so we had to fight out from that too. So I'm just happy to be in the top 5 at least.
All right, well, come into tonight. You were third in points, 1,312, 37 points back behind Zach Lindgren, and unfortunately, Zach finished second. Now, I do know that winning is, locking yourself into the chase. I just found that out tonight thanks to Robbie Buckner. Thank you, Robbie, again.
Good for
Exactly. But, as the season progresses, now 11 races left in the regular season, the chase starts. You've got road courses coming up. Sonoma next week. Talk about it.
I just hope to stay on the track because that's going to be an interesting race, and just hopefully we finish with a clean car.
All right.
I'm not too confident going there.
All right. Well, we won't go through the Facebook, messages between me and you about that, but I will turn it over to Robbie Buckner. Robbie, you got anything for Jared?
I want to know about these Facebook messages now. I'll tell you, Jared, man, awesome run for you tonight. You had that little bit of an internet blip there in the beginning of the race, caused you to fall all the way to the back. Definitely a good job battling all the way back up through the field, dude. You think if it wasn't for that, you may have had something for your teammate there in Anthony C?
Probably not. I think I'm about where I would have got to. I thought Craig was going to get me there at the end because I think he had quite a bit fresher tires than I did. But when he got up to me, he just couldn't get by, I guess. But I don't think I had anything for him. He was fast.
Heck yeah, brother. I noticed tonight you got another new paint scheme on that car. Seemed like you had a legit sponsor this week. You want to tell everybody about who the sponsor was?
Yeah, I'd just like to thank Anthony Alfredo for coming on board. You can check him out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and he's got a YouTube channel you can go subscribe to for vlogs and all kinds of stuff.
Well, heck yeah, brother. I know you're real active within the NMTS now, man. It's good to see you running good again this week. I know you weren't here last week, so unfortunately you lost a good bit of points last week by not being in the race. Able to rebound this week. What do you think? You think you're going to be able to get that points lead back before we hit the chase?
I'm not really worried about it. So, I guess if I get it, I do. If I don't, I don't.
Heck yeah, brother. Other than that, I don't really have much else for you, brother, unless Josh does. But other than Anthony there for your sponsors, anybody else you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I'd just like to thank NNTs for being the primary this year, Icon, KMC Wheels, and then Anthony for coming on board this race. Hopefully we can get him on for more races this year.
Heck yeah. Josh, got anything else for him?
All right, Jared Rashawn coming home fourth tonight. Jared, man, solid run for you. I know you wanted to come back and, kind of, win the race here tonight, but Michigan is just one of those tracks, bud, and you know it like I know it. It's kind of like Daytona and Talladega. The draft and, keeping tires underneath, it plays a big factor.
Oh, yeah. This is definitely not one of my favorite tracks. I'm kind of glad to come out with the top 5 for coming into a string of tracks. It's not really my best. So we'll just have to see how that goes.
All right. Well, Jared, man, road course next week, Sonoma. A little different than tonight.
Yeah, we'll just, it'll be interesting to see how the race plays out. I know a lot of people are not really confident going into there, so we'll just have to see who rises above the rest of them and is able to finish good.
All right, Jared Rashawn in the number 18 here tonight. Top 5, man. Congratulations, man. Go celebrate a top 5 here tonight, man. Finishing 4th here, man. We'll see you next week at Sonoma.
Thank you guys, and I'd just like to congratulate Anthony on the win. I know it's been a long time coming. He's been running good, so it's cool to see him finally get a win.
All right. Well, we will be sure to pass that message along if Anthony is not watching.
All right, thank you guys.
Jared. All right. Well, that will bring us officially to James McKee in a third place. As we find him, there we go. He's right here. All right, James McKee, got a copy.
Yes, sir.
James McKee, man, coming in tonight, wanting to make it back-to-back wins here. You won last week at Kentucky, but Michigan, a totally different track than what Kentucky is, man. One caution here tonight. The rest of it was green flag other than the stage cautions here tonight. Talk about it, bud.
Yeah, it was fun. I definitely love this track, but that 51 truck, good golly, something was under the hood. That was way faster than us, that's for sure, but it was a good night.
Do you think we might need to take that 51 underneath the little inspection area?
Oh, without a doubt. Hand him an L1 penalty next week. Park him. Something like that.
All right. Well, hey, overall a solid run though, man. I mean, I know this is just you backed last week up with the top 3 here tonight. So you cannot be ashamed of what happened here because Michigan is such a big track.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to keep the momentum going. I definitely thought we had something for Anthony. That second stage, we were neck and neck with him and weren't quite able to pull away. But it was such a short run. I doubt we would have been able to pull away. But that start of the third stage, I think screwed me. I had a pretty bad restart and I couldn't get back up there. Tires just wore off too quickly here. And then after about 15, 20 laps, we're just wrecking loose off the corners. But hats off to Anthony. He had a heck of a car, that's for sure. Zach, he's always fast. He had a good car too. But I don't know. We'll see if we can get it done next week.
All right. Well, solid top 3 here tonight. Robbie, do you have anything for James Jimmy McKee, whatever you want to call him?
I tell you, between calling for debris on the track, oil on the track, inspection on other cars, I tell you, I think we're gonna have to take his car in there with him. We're gonna have to take down the top 3. And
I'm telling you, Zach and I, we were calling. There's oil everywhere.
I know.
We got
kept telling y'all. I asked Brett. Brett said the track was clean and green. We were good to go there. But I tell you though, James, 2 solid weeks in a row for you, and you showed once again that if you get the clean air, you're a hard guy to pass there in that second stage. You got out front, were able to hold Anthony off for a while there. Told everybody during the broadcast that if we got a late caution, you were going to be my pick to win this thing.
Why did you throw the yellow? There was oil.
Because I already get enough crap for throwing a phantom yellow. But I tell you, man, what is your secret to that speed right there for the first 10, 15 laps of a run? I tell you, there's not many people that have that speed that you have for the first 15 laps.
I have no idea, to be honest. It's just the luck of the Irish, I guess. I don't know. I feel like I'm better on the long run sometimes, but these last couple weeks, the short run's been, a strength, which is new. Seriously, I think I'm terrible on the short runs, but I don't know, just practicing, with these cars, knowing what they're able to do, that kind of helps.
Heck yeah, brother. I tell you, you really sending a statement to everybody that you're going to be a force to deal with when we make it to the chase this year, man. You got 2 wins already this year. What do you think the odds are once we make it to the chase that you can take this thing home this year?
Well, I hope they're good, but honestly, you don't know what's going to happen in any of these races. Heck, Jackson Allen, he went on a stretch of almost 4 wins in a row. And then these last couple of weeks, he's had a couple hard some hard times. Now Anthony and myself, we're up here a lot, and then it just, you never know what's going to happen, who's going to run up front, and who's going to get lucky or not.
Heck yeah, brother. You got anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Just everybody in this league, make this racing fun. You guys for the broadcast, it's a lot of fun, especially when we're able to run well. It's a lot of fun, and then being able to do these interviews with you guys. But so thank you guys, everybody who puts on the league. Again, all the drivers, my teammates. We were without Cody tonight, but hopefully we'll get him back up and running next week. Kelsey, we're gonna get him a solid finish here. Keeps getting caught up in other messes when he's really fast, but other than that, that's it.
Heck yeah, brother. Again, congratulations on a solid run.
Appreciate it. Hope we can do it again next week when we turn right.
All right. Well, James McKee, Jimmy McKee, however you want to look at it, man. Well,
Jimmy
man,
sounds good.
Jimmy sounds good. Well, I got you in here as iRacing as James, so you know.
Don't pay attention to that. That's only when I get in trouble.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, Jimmy,
just ask Mom and Dad.
Oh, okay. Well, Jimmy McKee coming on tonight in third here for the TSB Graphics Cup Series here, man. Congratulations, solid run here tonight, bud. Go celebrate a top 3 here, man. Get ready for Sonoma next week, man. You're gonna have to turn right along with left.
That's all right. We can do it.
All right, man. Yeah, go celebrate, bud.
Yes, sir. We'll do. Thank you.
Uh-huh. All right. Well, that will bring us to Zach Lindgren here in the number 85 machine as we bring him up here. Zach Lindgren, got a copy?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Well, Zach Lindgren, a little bit different tonight than what I usually do here for the TSB Graphics Cup Series. I have interviewed the top 5 here. We have now made our way to the top, the top 5 here, starting with, with you now. Well, Michigan, man. 100 laps, 200 miles. Talk about it, bud.
It's it wears on you just a little bit. I mean, this track is really demanding with how much throttle input you put in, how much brake input you put in going into the corners. I mean, this track's very demanding, and if you don't give it what it wants, it'll take away very easily. So I honestly don't know how we got a top 2 out of everything that we gave tonight. I mean, we spun out under caution. I don't know how else to describe tonight, but we had a good race. Just, man, I'm beat. I'm tired.
Now, do you think if there was more laps left in the race that you would have had a possible chance of catching Anthony?
If there was going to be another green flag pit stop, possibly. I feel like the strategy was going to be better if we had maybe one more pit stop and then maybe 20 laps after that, maybe even 10. But after that last pit stop that we all had, I thought I was going to be out front just a little bit longer, and as soon as he got to me, I just let him go. He had the fastest car all night. He had the best line all night. I don't know how he was able to carry so much speed through every corner. It's just amazing tonight. So I don't think I would have been able to catch him. I maybe stick with him as best described, but I don't think I would have been able to catch him and pass him. He was just way too dominant tonight.
Well, Zach coming in tonight, second in points, 1,349, 37 points behind Spence Thompson. Man, what a solid run here tonight. You will gain some bonus points from, leading laps. You had 3 laps led here tonight, man. Solid run. Robbie, you got anything for Zach?
Man, Zach, I tell you, week in, week out, we count you out. Then you come back and you run up front at the end of the race. I tell you, brother, coming off your win last night in the NMTS Truck Series, back it up with a second place finish tonight, man. It's got to feel good knowing that the momentum is kind of back on your side, and that preseason swing that you had going looks like it's starting to pay off for you as we move further into the season.
You guys got to stop counting me out, man, or else I'm gonna have to keep proving you wrong. But yeah, last night was a great run, and I was hoping to bring that momentum in to tonight. And those first few laps after saving some almost crashing wrecks or crashing spins that I almost had, I wasn't too confident, and I just tried to start running a line that would be great for me, at least make me fast. And we got through that one caution with Spence and them, and we were able to keep our position, and strategy was what helped us get in second. But I don't know how I took this top 3, to be quite honest with you, but I'm glad the momentum's starting to roll with us again after the great preseason that we had, and I'm hoping it keeps swinging. I'm hoping it keeps going.
Well, heck yeah, brother. I tell you, man, honestly, you know, when we say count you out, we don't mean count you out like you don't stand a chance.
Yeah, but, go ahead.
you know, I always think you have a chance to win it, brother. I'm partial that way. I got to be professional.
Yeah,
But definitely, it's good to see you, you know, battling back and getting strong finishes like you are. You know, Josh has been asking everybody tonight. You know, we're heading into Sonoma next week. Left, right. You know, I told Josh earlier that I told all you guys that, you know, you're lucky I'm not running that race, because you know me, I'm road course ringer Robbie. You know, I dominate. But in all seriousness, man, I know last year you had some really good runs on the road courses in the truck series. You think that's going to be able to translate over to the Cup car this year?
I hope so. I have absolutely no experience at Sonoma whatsoever. I don't even have the track on iRacing yet, so I'm gonna have to get it. And really, yeah, I'm gonna have to get it and do some practice laps on it. But
makes me feel better. I don't think I have it either.
Well, looks like we got a little to-do list before next week. But next week, I'm gonna be straight honest with you. I'm not even planning on running in the front. I just want to race as cleanly and as smooth as possible. That's pretty much my objective every time I go to a road course. I know I'm going to go off-road a few times, but if I could stay smooth and steady through the whole race, and hopefully other people make some mental mistakes, either take them out or mix them up behind me, that's all I'm working for right now. But when you ask me how I'm going to do at Sonoma, my answer to you is I have no clue.
Well, brother, again, good run tonight. Anybody you want to thank before we let you go?
Yeah, I want to thank everyone at WFO helping me become a great driver. As good as a driver as I can, not to pat myself on the back. Everyone overseas defending this great country, allowing me to do this. You guys up here in the booth for letting us, for devoting your time, this league, just pretty much everyone that's ever helped me. I got to give a huge shout out to them.
Heck yeah, brother.
All right, Zach Lindgren coming into tonight's second place. Congratulations, Zach, man, on the, a solid top 3 tonight, man. We're, Sonoma next week, bud. You already mentioned that, man. Go celebrate second place tonight, man. Get ready for Sonoma.
Heck yeah, brother. I will.
All right. All right. Well, we will come to our winner here tonight. Anthony C. Got a copy.
Yes, I do.
Well, Anthony, man, you kind of, defended yourself from last week. We talked about it earlier on, You won both stages last week. You did not, unfortunately, end up with the win, but you kind of came back here at Michigan and, dominated the race, man. Talk about it.
Yeah, last week it was kind of a motivation for us for this week. I knew that we had a fast car in Auto Club, which is basically just a sister track of this one, and certain circumstances kind of kicked us out from that win, but this one was just a motivation to keep going and moving on in the season. But yeah, this car was fast, just really fast, and I was just happy with the way this car was handling.
Well, what did it take? Once you got out front, we know clean air plays a big factor here. at a big track like Michigan, what did it take just once you got out front to keep everybody behind you, 5.231 a second lead over Zach Lundgren? That could have changed in a heartbeat, bud.
Yeah, it could have. It was just a matter of managing your tires, but that last pit stop helped me get that lead. I know that everybody was pitting earlier, but I knew I was going to lose that advantage after I pitted. I was going to fall back, but I knew I was going to gain it back up after their tires are worn and I was on fresher tires. But it was just mostly just managing your tires and not pushing it into the turns and pushing it out of the turns.
All right. Well, Robbie, you have anything for Anthony C?
I do. Anthony, brother, congratulations. 2 weeks in a row, you had a really fast car. You're able to close the deal out tonight. And from a completely personal level, congratulations on being the second driver to ever win racing for TRM. I don't know if you realize that or not, but congratulations, brother. It makes me proud to see the TRM car back in victory lane.
Thank you. Yeah, put another win banner in TRM's stable, which I'm very happy to do. And this has been a long time coming for me. I've had some great races, just not the finish that I needed, but this one, really happy for.
Heck yeah, brother! You definitely last couple of weeks have shown some speed. You got other drivers now questioning whether or not we got illegal motors in that car and all kind of stuff, man. But like old DW used to tell him, man, I can't help the thing grenaded.
Yeah, and the funny part is I blew the engine doing a burnout, so I can't help it. So if they want to inspect it, they can.
Yeah, knock yourself out.
Yeah, go right ahead. Just
the bottom end's on the front stretch. You just go pick it up. Yeah. But seriously, man, I tell you, it's got to feel good from a confidence level though to know that the guys out there are just scratching their heads trying to figure out what you're doing, where you're just wearing them out. It's got to feel good.
Oh, yeah, it does. I just wish I can keep this momentum up on the truck side. For some reason, it's just I'm not getting the results that I need on that one. But in the Cups, I think it's just a car. I love these heavy machines, and they're just fun to drive. It's all based on the driver, not just the truck, because they're so heavy, you just don't know what's going to happen with the car on the longer runs and stuff like that.
Yeah, brother, I tell you, I'm glad you can drive a Cup car. I'm horrible at them. I can't drive them to save my life. I can't. I mean, I can't drive them at like 55 miles an hour. I'm wrecking at 55, so I can't really say anything.
Interstate speed.
I don't even get up to interstate speed. I'm like school parking lot speed and wrecking those things. But, I understand exactly where you're coming from, though. There's something about certain cars that just fit certain drivers' abilities. And I really think the Cup cars really show off your abilities. And I expect to see a lot more wins out of you the remainder of the year, brother. And it's good to finally get that first one out of the way. And now that we've kicked down that door, let's start racking them up this year, brother.
Yeah, definitely. We'll see what Sonoma does. Just like everybody else, I'm not good at Sonoma. I'm decent, but we'll see how that goes. I think it's just a matter of staying clean. So, but after that, it's all open again.
Heck yeah, brother. Anybody want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, definitely my teammates at TRM and my other affiliate teammates on WFO. You guys for everything you guys do, and thanks for broadcasting and everybody's watching.
All right, Anthony C. coming away with the victory here for Michigan here for the NMN TSP Graphics Cup Series. Well, what a race it was. Anthony, go celebrate, bud. We'll see you next week at Sonoma.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, well, Robbie, man, we will go down through the final results here.
Heck yeah.
All right. Coming away with the win here, at Michigan, Anthony C., man, what a dominating performance there, winning by 4.2 seconds. Of course, if there was, some laps left there, I believe Zach Lindgren would have been able to catch up to him, but Anthony C. coming up with the win here. Zach Lindgren going to come in second place. Jimmy McKee in third. Jared Washawn in fourth. Craig Lerman in fifth. PJ Popham. Well, what a solid run and a comeback by PJ, man. Coming in sixth place. Bradley Wilson in seventh. Spence Thompson in eighth. Terry Mason in ninth. And Trevor Hummon will round out the top 10 here in this race. Robbie.
Yeah, good solid runs for those guys. Coming home 11th tonight, Jason Alexander. It's a solid run for Jason tonight. Matthew McKeekin in the Navy car comes home 12th. Godly Code, rough night for him tonight as he comes home 13th. Joseph Andoir comes home 14th. Gordon Larson's going to come home 15th. Kelsey Rogers had a strong car tonight, but unfortunately got caught up in an incident, and he's going to come home 16th. Chris Baines, your dark horse for the night, unfortunately didn't have things go his way, and he's going to come home 17th. Derek Robinson's going to come home 33 laps down after some internet connection issues. He's going to come home 18th. Jackson Allen, who we had the chance of talking to for a while there, said he felt like he was swinging a football bat at a hockey puck out there on the track tonight. He's going to come home 19th. And Clayton Kirch is going to round out your field 52 laps down in 20th. Clayton had a rough night from the start of the race to the end.
Yes, he did. Well, that'll wrap it up here from Max Speed TV. Of course, stay tuned for more action here on Max Speed TV. We have more action coming on tomorrow night here for Max Speed TV. But until next time, folks, stay safe and have a good night.